Yes, 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 yes. How is it going, everybody? How is it going? I mean, listen, listen. Today, another day, another dollar. But it wasn't only that. Listen, people, I think there's something beautiful, something amazing going on at Algowick. But let's welcome people. Let's let some people get in. Just a couple minutes. What up, Usman? My man. Always showing this support. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you guys always showing up, always pulling up. I've got some of my guys right now, like they're looking at charts. There's something that I showed them, and yeah, they're running it live right now, and I love to see that. I love to see a group of young men getting together and nerding into price. No gimmicks, no indicators, no nonsense, none of that. We just have a group of people who really and truly just want to understand what is going on right before their eyes. So how did we do today? How's your day, people? How was your day today? Usman, how was your day? Was the market's favor? Did the markets favor you today? No most. How you doing, sir? How you doing, everybody? Who's in the house? Who's in the house? If you are in here right now, put I in the chat. Let's see. Let's see who's out. Who came out? Where everybody at? Good. Opening was normal, but 950 fair value gap saved the day. 950 fair value gap. He's talking about this one. Oh, okay. Okay. Did you shoot the entry right at the 950, or did you wait for the comeback? Is that what you're talking about? I'm looking at my phone, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. 8 of them. Could you imagine that? Like they're there right now. These guys are nerding, man. These guys are lost in the sauce. It's too good, folks. It's too good. They don't need to be here. They need to lock in. These guys are gonna destroy. I'm telling you, it might sound like a hype thing right now, but you will see, just like it sounded like I was hyping last year, that is something that controls price, and it's in charge. And folks don't believe. When you know what's going on, when you've been given the powers by the powers that be. Oh man. Anyway, Usman said, I took short, then long back into it. Amazing. Fantastic. Fantastic. So this is what Usman is talking about. This is the 950 right here. Took a short, maybe back long there. I'm not sure what the trade was exactly, but this is 950 for the macro people. That is what he's talking about. Who's in the house? Who's in the house, y'all? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at 951. My bad. My bad. Okay, this one. Very good. Did you use the theme? This is 950, folks. Yeah, my bad. This is 950. This candle, the CB, sell side, fair value gap, buy side, inefficiency. You used the theme. How did it work today? All honesty, how did it work today? Did it work out? Did it work out? You can see it's good. Oh, I know it's good. I'm asking, is it good for you? I know it's good. Trust me. Trust me. It is fantastic. I've got 8 people right there right now, pushing execution everywhere. Pretty good. See, this is what I'm trying to say, folks. When you have a good heart and you've got the truth and you've got the knowledge and you hand over something that works, you hand it over into the hands of man, people who are genuinely seeking for something. When you hand it over to them, yeah, and it starts working in their hands, they not only are they thankful, it changes the vision. It completely transforms how they see themselves. And that's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're trying to do. You know, that is that's the goal. That is the theme. That is whatever you want to call it. That's what's up. Why? Because I managed to find something, people. I managed to find something, and I keep on telling the world, and one day, those who believe, they shall see. That's the fact. That is the fact. Okay, so how did we do today? Let me show you. Before 9 a.m., you have the 7 to 7:30. So this is 7. This is what you want to do, and this is for free. By the way, people, you want to get the 7 a.m. You want to get a vertical line to identify it. You don't have to if it's your own personal chart, but I'm just identifying it with a vertical red line so you can see what it looks like. Okay? You want to identify that. And then you want to get another red line. And you want to search. You can do this even before the candles print, by the way. So even before 7 a.m., you can annotate this range with it. You're just basically identifying the time. That's all. That's all. And so you've got this 7:30 there. Here's what you're doing. You are taking the 7 a.m. open, New York time. So this is New York time. Okay, you can see at the bottom there. If I click that, you see UTC, Universal, all right, -4, New York. That's why I use New York time. You want to keep it at that. So when we speak about certain times, we're always talking about New York. Why? Because those who own New York. Yep, I said it. Those who own New York, they operate based on that time zone. I'm telling you. Go find out who owns New York, and you will know why money flows through that city. Anyway, we move. Yeah, so you want to get 7 a.m. open, and then you want to get the highest high price and the lowest low price within that time range between 7 a.m. open and 7:29 close, because the next candle is going to be 7:30 open. So the moment, the nanosecond, the nano moment when 7:30 opens, you want to immediately look back, look left. You want to see right here, where's the highest price within that range, that time range. You want to get this high, and you want to get this low. Why that low? I'm going to take this red line off so you can see it. That low is because when that candle opened, it created that low after the open. Even though it's still on the same candle in the 1 minute, but it happened after the opening price had printed. Very simple things to do. So, and you want to get your gradient. That's all. That's all you got to do. You want to get your 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and 1. Okay, so we call it quadrants. It's just That's just all you're doing. You're basically dividing it into 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. A Ice D. Hey Cap, I'm here but 7 minutes behind in the video. If you are reading this, hope you are doing good. I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, 7 minutes behind is okay. You catch up 7 minutes later. Right? Yeah, so but yeah, so we have those. Basically you're drawing up 4 zones if you want to call it that, but those specific prices are the key points. They're the key prices you want to be referencing. And so you want to draw that, you want to draw it across, and you just want to pay attention. That's all. If you're learning, you want to pay attention to how they tend to use that price range, because it's too important to ignore every day. Too important to ignore. Use here as a low, use there as support, close outside, came back right in, resistance in there. You know how it goes, yada yada yada. Now, here's the funny part. I saw my mentor, he posted a tweet, and I think he was looking for 780, and I was like, huh? Why is he bullish? Why is he bullish? I don't understand. Right? I was like, nah, ICT must be pulling our legs. Why is he bullish? But that's one. Number two, he posted earlier today that he wanted to do something good, and this is the idea. It is that the prop firms, because the prop firms are not trusted. Nobody trusts prop firms right now. And these quote unquote prop firms, anyone who's going to buy the accounts from these prop firms to trade, they can use an affiliate code. And I'm like, what's going on? What is going, man, is my mentor compromised? I think ICT is compromised, y'all. I think ICT is compromised. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on with ICT? On Discord, we were joking about it, right? And we were saying, maybe ICT was engineering long so he could sell. We were like, man, I think this guy is compromised. He's working with prop firms now? Like, what is going on? Now, admittedly, the money goes 100% to St. Jude, charity. So it's a good cause in a sense. But it's like, why is he even working? Yeah, so we were just joking around, and anyway, happy days. But it was funny because I said to my guys, I said, I am bearish. I am not bullish. I am bearish. There was no bullish read, no nothing. Like, I'm bearish. Boom. Why am I bearish? Well, for obvious reasons I shared with them. But this is all I'm willing to share here. We opened right at 9:30. We opened right on this candle. This is the opening price. We opened right there. Now, check this out, folks. As soon as we opened, we created a BISI, a buy-side imbalance, sell-side inefficiency, or what we call a fair value gap, right there, like that. So that would be your first presented fair value gap. That's the first fair value gap that presented itself. But here's the funny thing. I'm bearish. Remember that. I am bearish, which means this one, as it's going higher, we're looking for it to take this high. So it's funny because that's what I was saying. As price was going higher, it's like, okay, we're going higher, we want to take this high. And the anticipation was initially, to be fair, I did think it was going to touch the 7 to 730 and then reverse. That was my read. Just go up there, get permission, and get gone. go back, go lower. I'm bearish. Remember that. We took this high and we started turning right here. And this is what we got. We got this one here. Boom, shaka, laka, like that. Now that is beautiful. Once we got this one, it gave me extra belief that we can take this low. And as you can see, lo and behold, where down we go. Way down. And they just kept going and it kept going and we came right here. And this candle printed right there. It was fast, by the way. It was so fast. But I was saying to them, as this candle was printing, excuse me, as this candle was printing, immediately right here we started coming lower. And I was saying to them, as this candle was printing, I'm anticipating a recalibration. Okay? You can't see it now. This is the point about invisible arrays. I posted it this morning, folks. I posted about this recalibration. Now, you know, I have announced it so many times. I've talked about it so many times in the live streams on YouTube here, especially in the last couple of days. But you know, right here we go recalibrate. It was so quick. It's like boom. Like once it started going, I was like, let's go. Let us go. My first target was 500. And we took that low right here. That was healthy. It was good. No problem. But then I said after 500, my target was 300 right here. Look at that. And then I said my ultimate target was 28217 and 50 cents. Simple, no stress, no problems. Look at this. Between 28,300 and 28217.50. Look at where we ended up at 1046. 1046, folks. Right there. Boom. Hits the 50%. Gone. It was beautiful today. When we came close right there, I was personally satisfied. There was no problem. There was no, there was no mistake because we're just going one-sided. You had this candle that was going higher. It went right into, I'll show you, this volume imbalance there. And look at this, folks. Look at that. And we had a new member today. So I asked him, hey, bro, how do you like your steak? Because and he said he likes his steak well done. You see, I'm getting more people who like their steak well done because come on, man, you got to cook it right? Or am I tripping? Anyway, this was the volume imbalance. This gap close and then gap open. That hole in there is a gap. And this candle is up there. Stop loss will be right up there because we ain't giving, we don't want to give too much back. We've already given so much back in terms of retracement. It hit there and then came lower to take that low right there. And once it took that low, I personally had it right there like that. And then this candle opened, took that low. I wanted it to go here, but it just took that low, came back, and that was me done. Like, okay, no problem. Thank you. Happy days. And one of the guys who loves the model that we're going through right now, he mentioned, he wanted a reversal setup, right? And so he got it, and prices started going higher, and look at where we went to. Same thing, fair value gap. SIBI. We hit there. We got a hangman. All right. I told them we're getting a hangman all the way down to 300. Happy days number 2 hit like that. It was so clean. It was so nice. You could not debate about it. It was so good. Took that low, back into premium we go. And again, trial number 3. This low, took it right there, and then we aim for the 50%. Now, I had a line right there. I'm going to take this off so you guys can see it. That's what I had. That's all I had. If we're going to go below this line, by the way, we had multiple witnesses today. The list is growing. Good things are happening. Anyway, and these are active members, by the way, not the other plan. These are active plan members. Things are looking good, folks. Everything is taking care of itself. I don't have to worry, and people are getting blessed. Praise the Lord. But yeah, so we came right below this line, and between this and that price, that's why you now get the quadrant that I'm showing you, which is this, like that. Hit the 50%, and then we got the fair value gap there. And that's all she wrote. It's been upwards ever since. Next, 12 and 11:30. Boom, right there. So I can take this off now. Actually, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep it. I might need it later. But yeah, so 11:30 right here, 12 right there. You know what I say, 11:30 loves a liquidity rate. We open right there, so I'm going to take it off now. But pay attention to this candle. 11:30 opens right here. The highs and the lows before, actually I'm just going to do that so you can see. Before this candle opened, 11:30, you've got this low and you've got this high. That's it. This candle opens and it went for the high. Happy days. Now, here's the funny thing. That high was the one we predicted all before the fact. That was the one that was anticipated, and that was the one we got. We opened, we went higher, came back lower. It looked like it was going lower for this low and then maybe that low, because in real time that's what you might be thinking, but nope. It went for those highs. And so now we can take that off. I can take this off. And that's what we got. And we closed right here for 12. And that was that. And we got the acceleration as we normally get. And then we came back to, so right after the moment this candle, as this candle was right here, I was saying, look at price, guys. Pay attention. It looks like it wants to go to the 7 to 7:30. Happy days. Look at this, folks. Look, boom. And then we started coming lower. As this candle hit it, and we got this bearish order block there, this is what I did. I took this low, and I took this high, and I said to them, let's get the 50%, and we need to pay attention to that 50%. Now look at this. Look at that, people. Right at the 50% at 12:17. And then it retraced a little bit. Same thing here. No need to stress about it. And look at that, folks. Look at that for control, real control. Right there. Real control. Real control. And then we went to take this low, and happy days. That's all she wrote. See, what I'm trying to showcase people every day is that, yeah, model 2022. But now we have a new name. Yeah. Yeah, specific prints. Specific prints. So yes, model 2022, plain and simple. But most people, if they follow 2022, well, you need to pay attention to how they use 2022. How we use 2022 is night and day. Night and day. We ain't wasting no time. Night and day. Untouchable. Nobody can touch it. Zero, by the way. Zero. But yeah, so we had a we had this low, we had this low, this low. Here's the funny thing. As these lows were printing, I was saying to them, man, I love these lows. I love how these like all of this had not printed yet. And I was saying to them, like, look at what they're doing. They're cooking it up. They are cooking it up, yo. Anyway, the point is we knew what price was gonna do. We knew where price was going. And I'll take that off for obvious reasons. Yeah, we knew what price was doing. We knew where price was gonna go. We understood what it was doing in real time. And I'm gonna take this off like that. And look, folks, a nice and simple market maker sell module. And we came all the way down here. All the way down here. All of this there. That's what we're using there. And then we've gone back into this range. And so that's what we're dealing with, folks. That is exactly what we are dealing with. Now, there's some things that when you think about it, when you begin to, you want to, sometimes people don't understand what's going on. And I get it. Trading is difficult. And I get it. Trading is hard, folks. Trading is a sport, is the kind of sport where, you know, when you're competing against the elite, you're competing against the best of the best. If you don't have the ammunition, if you don't have something that backs you up, if you don't have that thing that can help you to keep you secure, you're going against, it's like you're swimming against strong tides. And that takes a lot of skill. All of us, especially if you're a retail trader, you're swimming against strong tides. You're going against people who have deep pockets. It's almost like unlimited. You know, they have all the money necessary to, to be able to withstand what you cannot withstand. Their money doesn't do anything, just like your money doesn't do anything. That's the truth. Because those who really control the market, they are above these people with deep pockets. So even the deep pockets, they serve someone. I'll give you a great example, and think of this with me. We all champion Elon Musk. Elon Musk, Mr. Tesla, Mr. SpaceX, Mr. Boring Company, Mr. all kinds of things, right? He's got like what, about 6-7 companies or so that he runs. And like this man, including Twitter or X, this man, we champion him as Mr. Trillionaire. Oh, Elon Musk became a trillionaire, is the first to get it, that's the public narrative. But here's what I want you to think about. The richest man in the world, he doesn't own 100% of everything that he's in charge of, that he is CEO of. So here's the question. Who made him the trillionaire? Because he is serving people. When they were talking about Tesla, when they were talking about he had to go in the board meeting and they had to sign a deal. I remember reading about it. And they had to sign a deal of of how he's gonna take the stocks or the shares, the worth of the company. He's gonna produce, his production is gonna increase, and he's gonna increase the value of the company. Cool. So he has people that he has to serve. But the people above him, if he became a trillionaire, those companies that he's serving, what are they worth? They're above him, folks. Think about it. He's serving somebody else. Now, he's got deep pockets. He's got his own, private guy who manages, it's like a hedge fund on his behalf, right? Like a family office kind of thing. He's got his own, I can't remember his name. But anyway, if you know about Elon Musk and how he handles his wealth, anyway, I digress. The point is, the richest man in the world is still serving a group of people. But these groups of people, they serve somebody else too. They can't just dictate the market anyhow. Just think about it. Somebody is always serving someone else. And yet, there's still someone who has definitely and absolutely patented the algorithm that controls all markets. It is a certified fact. You don't have to believe it. I know what I know, and that's a fact. That's all that matters, because there's no way these people are going to allow you to influence their own markets, to allow you to influence what they consider what is value and what is not. How much is something worth? How are we going to allow these participants to dance with each other? But in the back end, somebody's pulling the strings. You got to think. Open your eyes, people. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If we understand that there's somebody in charge of something, then the question is, how do they do it? How do they do it? How do they do this thing where they are able to influence the markets? How do they do it? I share these things in my Discord, of course. I share some of these things on my Twitter. I was posting about it, of course. I was giving a whole lot for free for 3 years, of course. So, and now we're doing it a different way. But ain't nothing changed but the name on the mail, folks. Nothing's changed. We're still giving good information, changing people's trajectory in the realm of trading. Because when it comes to destiny, folks, your destiny will shape your outcome. And sometimes it is just about making a simple, wise decision. And things change for you. Radical. I remember when I found ICT, I was like, wow, this guy didn't. And then he announced on YouTube, if you wanted extra. And I made a wise decision to invest in myself. And I invested in myself. And guess what? My destiny has changed. Glory to God. You got to think, folks. You got to think. The markets are not too confusing. They might be complex, but they are not confusing, people. They are not confusing. And you can have the very thing that you desire. But you got to learn. You need good information. And thank God ICT was willing to share. I am so grateful. Anyway, with all that put aside, we've got 1 p.m., 1:30. Here we are. This is where we are now. Okay. We opened right here. We've rallied higher. And now, the same thing, 2022. Zoo, zoo. A nice market maker sell model right in there. Now, here's my question. Is your market maker model, if you're anticipating the market maker model, is it done? If it is not done, so let's say it's a market maker sell model, where is your second stage? Are we anticipating a second stage? Talk to me in the chat. Who's in the house? Who's in the house, people? What do you think? How are we doing so far? How was your trading day? Was the market favorable to you? How did you do today? Because there are topics that I would love to talk about, but I'm wondering who's in the house? Who's in the house? Who wants to hear some of the things that I like to talk about? I actually forgot the topic. You know, the guys gave it in the I can't remember what it was. I know they gave me some suggestions, but I completely forgot. It was in the chat, and I can't ask them because these guys they're locked off. These guys are locked off. I can't remember what it was. 1 second. Let me see if I can find it out actually. Like these guys are, man, they are notorious, folks. They are notorious. But yeah, talk to me, people. Talk to me, people. How are you doing? Is everything looking good? Is everything looking good? They said I should talk about speed of delivery. No. Premium discount, maybe premium discount. We might talk about premium discount. We might talk about propulsion blocks. Yes, propulsion blocks are great. That's a great example. Usman said, yes, expecting second stage. I think that 1045 was original consolidation. Let's see. 1045. Where was 1045, people? 1045. Oh, yeah. Yep. 1045 is right here. Original consolidation. And then rallied all the way up here. We're down here. So if you do this, this is what Brother Usman is talking about. He's talking about there. So this is what he's talking about. He's talking about 1045 low. Okay, people? Well, 1046 low and 1210 high. You want to get the 50%. If I move this, you're going to see the 50% that I'm going to take this off because we already got it. So when I move it, you're going to see the 50% line, which is just this simple red line. And we are balancing right at 50% right now. Right now. Norma said second stage might not have happened yet. Usman said need to get measuring gaps soon. Yep, you need that CB. You need that confirmance. It's so far lackluster. Yeah. So basically what we got right now, gentlemen, we're in this range. This is your range. 1046 low, 1210 high. That's all we're dealing with. This is the mean. This is the 50%, the mean, the average, the fair value, whatever you want to call it. This is where we're at right here, right now. So on that note, I'm gonna have to take a pause 1 second. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. If I can, how do you mute your mic on this, Cap? OBS. How do you mute that mic, bro? Well, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yeah, so, yeah, man, I've been drinking a lot of water today. So you can imagine. Normal said, oh, I thought you were considering the current range. Current range. Yeah, no, yeah, we just talk about this one, the low to high of the. So yeah, so let's talk about premium discount. What is exactly the very thing the premium discount is about? All right. Now, we all know ICT has taught premium discount. This is a very common language in the industry. It's not a special term, but how exactly do I use it? The way I like to use it, for example, I had this target, I had 300, all right? I had 28300 as my target. It hit right there at 1019. And then it came even lower between my ultimate target and, my ultimate target and my 28300 price level. And this is what we got right there at 1046. And then we reversed and went all the way back. Listen, people, if you think this is not controlled, are you telling me then that I knew exactly where the highest price, where buyers and sellers are going to be doing business, and the lowest price, where buyers and sellers are going to be doing business? And you want to tell me that I dictated that? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're doing now? Are we going to say, because it's either you're suggesting that I know exactly, the very price before it prints. I know the area where it's going to go. Or I know the exact price it's going to return to. Are you suggesting that I know exactly what range is going to be printed within an hour and a half? We need to start telling each other the truth, folks. That maybe this thing is so controlled. It is so controlled. And maybe it is algorithmic. Maybe it is done by an algorithm. Maybe it is done by some sophisticated machine or entity or whatever we want to call it. We're not talking Mission Impossible entity here, but I know for a fact there is somebody who is in charge. Someone is in charge, people. And they do it algorithmically. And when you see exactly how they do things, you can practically start reading the charts with a level of precision that the common man cannot understand. And it makes you look like you're a genius. It makes you look like you are all that. But that's not the truth. So let's talk about premium discount. You're going to have a price range. You're going to have a high and a low. You want to get the 50%. Now, you could divide this 50% price with the high, or the 50% price with the low, and you can get the 50% of that. Now we're talking quadrants. Or you can talk about, dropping it into octants, which is the 8. You're just getting 50% or 50% or 50%. And you can do that till the cows come home. At some point, you're going to have so many lines. And unfortunately, you're not going to know which specific. Let me show you guys. I'm going to give you a quarter. I'm going to do quarters. Now you have these lines. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3 in between, and you've got the 1, the high and the low right there. Now, how do you know which line is going to be activated like this? How do you know which one? How do you know where? How do you know this right here is going to be activated for support? We had a fair value gap here. I show you. It's a fair value gap that's supposed to go above the line, right? But look at this, folks. It looks like, but now tell me this. Before this sell candle came here, wouldn't you be thinking, oh, there's a busy, so therefore it should be bullish, right? Wouldn't that be the mentality? Okay. It didn't do that. It came all the way down. And then it even went all the way up. And there's no fair value gap here. There's no fair value gap here, folks. There's no fair value gap here. And there's no fair value gap here. This was the only one you get. But even the only one that you got for this high, look at that. So you're projecting, implying the range, and that's what you get. But even that doesn't look too good. Now, how about if you drew this line after the high already confirmed for the right side of the delivery? So as it's going up, and now you want it to come back lower. If you draw it like that, there's no fair value gaps here. There's no CFDs to help you, and there's no CFD to help you there. But this thing keeps going. So what do you do? How do you use these? Here's another one. You have the 0. I'm just going to take this off for a moment. I'll put it back. But you've got the... I'm going to take this off. I don't need that. I think I was going to talk about something. I'm going to take the 300 off as well. Now, let's go back to business. Now you can see clearly. Okay. How do you know which one to use? There's no fair value gap there. Now, it confirmed above, but it didn't go through the line. What about this one here? I mean, you're anticipating, you're projecting, you're implying the range before it gets here. So how do you use these? This is why it's not about the lines, folks. It has never been about these lines. How about we do this then? Instead of the quarters, we get the 8s. Now you have multiple lines. You have more lines. Now you have this fair value gap there. Now you have this fair value gap there. Okay. But how are you supposed to know that you are going to get it there? How come you didn't get it there? You get another one here. Now you're smiling. But how are you supposed to know if the quadrants is what you should be using, or you should be using the octants? Like these are 12.5, 0.375. And if that doesn't work, then you go 16ths, and then you go 32s, and it's just, it looks a mess. It will look a mess. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to use these. Premium and discount. You know, sometimes people will tell you, you're not giving them anything. You know, Cap is not really teaching anything. Like, am I your mentor? I'm not your mentor. Go get yourself a mentor. I'm not your mentor. Right? Go get yourself a mentor. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. By the way, mind you, we went to the 7 to 730 range, and we're back in discount. Discount is 50% and this low. What do I do, folks? When I am projecting a range, I want to know my 50%, and I want to know, sometimes I use quadrants like these, but that's I use quadrants for totally different purposes. I don't use quadrants the typical way everybody uses it. Like, I know what I'm looking for, okay? But anyway, 50% right there. When I am in premium, everything in premium, even when I am in discovery mode, which means you don't know what's on the left, you don't see what's on the left. Maybe you are in a range where price is is looking for new highs, and we're just getting higher highs and higher highs, and fresh highs or fresh lows, whatever it is, discovery mode. What I do is I do look for fair value gaps, but I use swings. I use immediate swings. So I do things like this. So yes, I have the 50%, like that. But what I do is you take that 50% and then you do this. You take it to the high. As price is delivering higher, as it's going higher, folks, listen to me. Listen to me attentively. There is a difference between using these quadrants. This is where it gives you. Both of these are in discovery. This is implied. Just like this one, implied. But here, instead of the 25% here, or if you do it the other way, you be getting 75%. No matter what it is, the quadrant here is not the same as this. You're gonna learn today. You will know a different type of application. You will learn today. I'm gonna make this the 50% of the entire range from the low to high. I'm gonna make it bold. I'm gonna embolden it like big time. Okay, so you can see the full. This is the full. Okay, and then we're gonna actually, I'll make it maybe. No, I'll just put it back. I'll put it back because that looks super ugly. But anyway, you know what it is, right? You take from that 50% to the new high, like that, right there. It's called tracking. You are tracking the price. And the moment you get that 50% right there, you're now studying the discount of that 50% and the premium between that high and that 50%. That's what you do. Now look at this, folks. Look at the relationship here. You see the control? Look at that. Look at this. Look at 1137. Let me focus a bit because I have to make sure you guys see clearly. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at that right there. Look at the control. Look at this close. You see the relationship? It is a different way of measuring current price while price is in discovery mode. You don't know what's on the left, folks. You don't know what's on the left. But you will get the implied range, the 50 of the implied range, where it could go. And you're going to start tracking the highs with your implied 50%. And this is what you get, people. It will not lie to you. The charts never lie, people. If you are in the chat and you are liking this content, put I. Let me see eyes in the chat. I. You are enjoying this gem. This is elite level. Put I in the chat. This is a different way that is maybe not talked about like this, but very good. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys in here. That's one, like that. And then you have this high there to that 50%, and then it raids. So what do? You can take the same idea from here and you take it to the next 50%, like that. And you take this all the way there. Like that, new high, people. You take this 50% to that new high. Look at that. It comes all the way. So right here, when this high is set, you're tracking that. This price, I'm going to make it bold so you can know which one we're talking about. This one is what we're currently now looking at because this is your new high. You want to talk about market structure? Please. They ain't ever taught you this one. I promise you. They ain't ever taught you this one. Right here, like that. Boom. There's your low. And it's going way back up. Look at the 50% now. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Look at it right here. Is this making sense, people? This is advanced tracking. It's called tracking. Let's keep going. We take another one. You take the 50%. Advanced tracking. Let's do it. Let's put it back, and then let's get another one. You have a new high right there. You take the 50% here like that. So this is after you get a new high like that, or you want to use this high. Let's just go with the ultimate high, okay? You take it right here like that. If I can get the right price. It's almost. But yeah, anyway, so here we go. 538.25 right there, and then you take it to that high, and here's your 50%. The moment that high registered, boom, 50% down, and look at this, folks. Look at the relationship. Look at the relationship. Now, if I took this high, this 50% to this new high there, and I took 50% of that to this high, you're gonna get the 50% right there. What does this mean? In the industry, algorithmically, the code is strictly coded into this algorithm is strictly the concept of reversion to the mean. Every range, every price range has a set value. It has a highest sale price, which is what they call premium, and then the lowest sale price, which is called discount. But the sale, the prices, the sale, the offering, what is going on is it is within a set time. When this high registers and that 50% gets hit, that 50% confirms that that high is the premium. At the time that that premium price, that high price, while it's there, while it is there, even though it is registered as a high, not the premium price of the offering or the sale. The moment, the second, the nanosecond to that twing, the moment when it goes twing, yeah, and touches that 50% right there, now that high price is now confirmed. The algorithm registers it as premium price. And that's why you have the relationship there. Otherwise, that high price is an unrealized premium price. This is what is going on. You speak to any auctioneer. You speak to anyone who knows about offering. You speak to anyone who understands the code behind the likes of Google Ads. Performance marketing. Speak to these guys. They will tell you It is the same thing. Go watch videos from Andrew Ng, okay? I think that's the way you, Andrew NG is his name. Go Google Andrew NG and go look him up. Go watch his videos. Go look into what he was saying when he was leading the team that created Google Ads. Let him tell you what's going on. People think they know stuff. People think they're interested in price control. They think they understand auctioneer, technology. But sometimes you just need to, it's like relax, humble yourself, and go do some study. This is what's going on, folks. It is rigged to the tilt, to the gills. Oh God, I'm not helping myself. I'm like, gee, they're gonna cook me. And I was like, man, Cat was talking about tits on live stream. Right? That's what's going on, people. That is what's going on. You cannot tell me that it doesn't repeat, and you cannot tell me that I know these things and it is based on people's orders. It makes no sense. Usman said, hey, what's up, big old trader? How you doing? Good to see you here, man. Thank you for showing up. Usman said, okay, but one question. To use this, we need a completed dealing range so it will help us on the other side of the curve, you mean? Nope. Nope. I had the 7 to 7:30 there. I had 300 right here. I had 300 there as a target, and I had 217 and 50 cents. Now let me just show you current price, guys. Look, I said to my guys, it would be so interesting if, okay, it would be interesting. I go on YouTube and then price starts going towards my target. Because let me tell you something, folks. I told them this is what you call round two. Round two. Fight. Okay? I told them. I said to them, and we were kind of, like just, talking about ICT is bullish. He wanted to see the 780, 28, 780. And I'm like, I just don't see it. I genuinely do not see it. I don't see it. I don't see price going there. I'm like, is my mentor compromised? I don't see it. And if I don't see it, it is because I'm using algorithmic principles. I just do not see it. Even as price was going all the way back up, I'm like, okay, cool. It's engineering. It's what it does. I don't see it. Look at where we are now. Excuse me. Look at where we are now, folks. At the beginning of earlier in this I was going to say space, in this live stream, who said it? I think it was Usman who said it. Usman or Nomos, and they said, one of them. Yeah, I think it was Usman who mentioned the second stage, and I said, yeah, it's looking like. What would second stage look like? Isn't this what second stage looks like, people? Does this look fast to you? Look at this. Boom, one shot. There's literally, look at this, folks. You have all these green candles here, but then after this one, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 candles and all of this down move. Only 5. And 2 of them are practically the same. How is that? How do you describe that? Look at this, folks. We came all the way where? Look at this. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Look at this low. At 235. Oh, bro. Look at this low. Look at where it came to. You saw this right from the beginning. I told you my price. I told you my ultimate target. I showed you my quadrants. I'm measuring the right stuff. It is not a coincidence, people. Big old trader said, today was fire. Great session. I'm glad you had a good day, man. Fungi Film Reviews said, I'm joining all. Okay, let's go. You're speaking great and informative stuff, brother. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I came to see I came to see if Derek ever came for the spoon yet, or if you're going to be preaching or rapping. I'm glad you find me entertaining. I appreciate it. Ice D said maybe it wants 28,227. I am definitely looking at 28,217. I'm telling you right now. I'm definitely looking for that. 28,217 for sure. I wanted to hit that so I can, do my theatricals and entertain you guys. But yeah, let's see. Let's keep on watching. Let's have a show today. Let's have a show. Ice D then said it's an old swing low with B edge off on the continuous contract. Let me say something. There are many things. You got to do your research. You toggle the B adjust, and you toggle it on and off, and you're looking for certain things. And I get it. We got to do these things just in research. But what do you do when you're looking at manipulated pricing, and there's nothing we can do to see the adjusted price? I'll give you an example. We all know that there are some companies, and this is just speaking of stocks. We all know there are some companies, there are some stock, tickers, where the pricing does not even, the value in the market does not actually represent the real value of the company. How do we then adjust that? How can we get the actual value of the price? Because we still got to exchange orders with buyers and sellers so we can get in, or liquidity providers or dealers so we can get in and get out. But you cannot adjust when a specific asset is being manipulated, when a specific asset is being priced at untrue values. We cannot do that. Why do I say all of that? I say all that to say it is good to click B adjust so you can see the inefficiencies, but anything that represents liquidity, like a low or a high or anything like that, the moment it comes to liquidity, I just shut off. I completely tune out. Now, I'm not saying I don't use lows and highs. I just showed you guys of me using lows and highs. Anticipated, by the way, which means it hadn't formed yet. It's a logic, because I see price going against my bias for the day. So I'm thinking, how far could it go? Where could it go? What is the holding price for today? There are concepts that we need to use as advanced ICT traders and professionals who genuinely care about the craft. There are things that we need to use so that we can then come to the market, and when we look at pricing on the charts, we're not just looking at candlesticks. There are things we need to see. Um, Fungi Film said control, absolutely. Control. Look at that, folks. Look at this. There's another one. Excuse me. There's another one. Are you seeing what I'm putting? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Look at that, folks. Look at that. There's another one. You want to tell me that I managed to pick just the right specific prices and gave them quadrants? Am I the one who is deciding and letting everybody know on YouTube, hey, that's going to be the last price that you can exchange on, that you can exchange at? That is going to be the very last price that you can buy. Did I dictate the bottom tick of buying and selling pressure? Is that what we're going to say? No, we can't say that, which means there's something else going on. There's something else going on, and we are trying to share it. ISD said, you have it on the chart. Sorry, didn't see it. No, it's okay. But even then, it's like I'm trying to contain a narrative. Now we have these lows. Look how close it is. 1 and 2. Relative equal lows. I'm telling you, folks, it is looking good. It is looking good. It is looking good. So here's what I want to say to you. Here's what I want to say to you. When you start thinking about, one second. When you start thinking about premium and discount. So, when you start thinking about premium and discount, and you're thinking, when you start realizing that these things are rigged, when you start realizing that somebody created these markets and he gave them boundaries. Boundaries of creation. You will start to realize, wait a minute. Is it possible for me to know where price could go? Where price could go? Talk to me in the chat, people. Do you see it? Do you understand what do you think? Any opinions? What's your opinion about what I'm saying? What is your opinion? Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Let's get this, y'all. Let's get this. Let us get this, man. Let's get this. Fungi said, of course. You're enjoying it, huh? You are enjoying it. I want to read something to you guys, if I can find it. If I can find it. Oh, there you go. That's what it is. I want to read you guys something. I want to read you something, okay? Actually, if I can get it on if I can get it on something, and like, it is gonna make sense. It is gonna make real sense when I read it to you. It is called the Book of Psalms. Oh yeah, you know we're getting there. The Book of Psalms, chapter 74, verse 17. And I'm going to read to you from the, I'm going to read to you from 16. Here's what it says. The day is yours. The night also is yours. The writer of this psalm is speaking about God. The day is yours and the night is yours. You have prepared the light and the sun. Now, verse 17. You have set all the borders of the earth. You have made summer and winter. You have set all the borders. Another translation says, you have set all the boundaries. Boundaries. All boundaries on earth are preset by he who created the heavens and the earth. Preset. How far can you go? There's another verse that talks about, when in the book of Job, I think it is, in the book of Job, where it talks about the seas. Do you know? Are you the one who esteems, or how do we say, calculates how far the edge of the sea, the oceans? Are you the one who gives them boundaries? These things are controlled, folks. Be Easy said, if it's not rigged, may as well pay the lottery. Absolutely. Absolutely. Phone guy said, Psalms is King Solomon, right? The man of wisdom. No, Psalms is King David. King David, and some other books, very few of them are attributed to other writers, but it's predominantly King David. The book of Solomon, King Solomon, the book of Proverbs is attributed to him, and the book of Ecclesiastes. So, and then phone guy said, fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Let me tell you something, folks. God bless you, sir. Whoever you are, Mr. Fun Guy. Oh, you are a fun guy. See what I did there? Listen, let me tell you something. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, people. You want wisdom. You want to know what's going on in the market. You want to know how I did it. You want to know how I cracked it. I believe in the Lord. There are some people who cannot survive my live streams. And guess what? If you're going to survive my live streams because you want to take some wisdom, you want to learn something, oh yeah, guess what you're going to do? You will listen to gospel. It is tucked in. You don't know where it's going to come in. Because there's no such thing as taking price or taking suggestions or opinions or useful tools that belong to the Lord just so you can use it for yourself. Hey, it didn't work like that. Ecclesiastes made me think of nature so much. Then I realized nature and camels stole from the Bible. Oh yeah. They didn't just steal. They plagiarized. They didn't just steal. I remember when I was doing applied psychology and going through in college, pre-college and or pre-uni, some of you will understand what that is. But yeah, we studied the likes of Sigmund Freud or fraud, and Nietzsche, all these philosophy guys, and I get it, like people read them, people understand them. When you study apologetics, in Christian colleges and all this thing, you study, the guys like Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche. Yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche. That's his name. But yeah, anyway, what was the point I was making? A brain fart. But yeah, anyway, all glory belongs to the Lord, okay? And all I want to see is 217 and 50. That would delight me. That would be delightful. That would be delightful. Why? Because I said it to my guys. Today is bearish day. I'm bearish. I was never bullish, folks. I was never bullish. Now, when price is going higher and your bias is lower, you still got to stay in control. You still got to be able to read the move against your bias. That's all it is. It's a bias. Your bias has nothing to do with the charts. Your bias has nothing to do with what actually makes the charts print. Your bias is what you think. Your bias is, Fungi said, you were saying they plagiarized. Oh, like they stole. They stole. All these guys, they all steal from the Lord. Every single one of them. It's what they do. All false religions, false philosophies, everything. They all steal from the Lord and then they twist it. Just like in the book of Genesis, where the devil said, did God really say? Did God? That's what the serpent said. Did God really say? did he really say that? I mean, come on. He couldn't have meant that. Did he really say that? But anyway, the point is this. When you have boundaries set, when you have discount, premium and discount, when you have price be determined, predetermined, like I was saying earlier, I was not bullish at all. I saw my own mentor post a bullish move. And I'm like, man, this guy is he compromised? What's going on? Is he trying to trick us or something? I'm like, this thing wants to drop today. This is a drop man thing. You get me? Like, this is a drop it like a hot man thing. Yeah. That's what's going on. And so regardless of that, that was the read. I said it to my people. Hey guys, this is what I'm seeing and this is what I want to see. Now, going back to what I was saying, your bias does not affect the charts. Your bias, what you think, it doesn't change. It doesn't determine or predetermine what the markets will do. What does determine it is control. It is the fact that there is something that does control, and you have to be able to see it minute by minute by minute by minute. And the moment you start seeing it minute by minute, it describes a narrative. The objective, you'll be able to see it. Now, okay, this is what the code is doing. This is where, for today, this is the objective. And this is how the coded algorithm is going to deliver the offering of price. That's what's going on. You don't have to believe it, but that is what's going on. And sometimes people believe it is based on buying and selling. Well, that means if I have all the money in the world, then I can just, boom, influence the market then. But we know that ain't true. We know for a fact that ain't true. We've heard of stories of George Soros, the man who broke the Bank of England. You want to tell me that he had all the money in the world to actually break the Bank of England? Come on, no. That's not what happened. But we have to sensationalize. We have to make things sound like. We have to, it's media. It's entertainment. It's when they select figures and then they elevate them to represent a picture, to deceive. It is to deceive. One man does not have the power or the influence to gather all traders to break a Bank of England. Do you know who the Bank of England, especially way back then? Do you know how powerful these people are? LaFondette said, nice story for the myth, huh? It's always a nice story for the myth. Fungi said, I remember ICT said, if it really was an open market, then China would tank this market as a fork of arbitrage, and no country would allow themselves to be financially crippled. Makes perfect sense. Of course. Of course. Someone with all the money in the world, we hear all the time like, oh, United States, bonds are being held by China. They're holding like, I don't know, a serious amount, like billions or trillions or something of bonds. Like, okay, cool. But then why don't China just nuke? A little bit of financial espionage. Financial takedown. Why not do that to Japan? Why not do that to, I don't know. Why? Because it doesn't work that way. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes than a lot of people would beg to admit. There's a lot more going on. This is the logic. This is how I understand. When you get true information and you have deep interest in the market, it's funny because everyone thinks like, oh yeah, like they know everything. I don't know everything about the markets, but I know what I do know. And I am confident in my information because I know how to search for truth. A lot of people, they say, yeah, they know truth, and yet they don't believe Jesus is God. How do you know truth and you cannot, with all that wisdom in your head, you don't believe Jesus is God? You see what I'm saying? So we live in a world where people need to start understanding that truth, it comes from one source and then it is distributed. Oh yeah, we're gonna preach it today. We're gonna preach it today, y'all. And then it is allowed by the grace of God. There, there's so many different ways of deciphering truth. Another way is through true logic. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, that's the basis. Or whatever the foundation of math is, or whatever the foundation of logic is. And you apply it to all things in the world. And when it all connects, you have to then accept that this is what's going on. Simple logic. I apply the same logic to the charts and my eyes opened up. I started seeing things that I needed to see. I started understanding the things that I was being taught and I saw more things. How do you think I managed to clock the thing that I showed you earlier? You take the high to 150% and then you take one high to another 50% and it will play out. It'll play out, folks. Because there's something else going on. Phone guy said, I'm in Vietnam, have to crash, but we'll catch the rest on recording tomorrow. Man and pump. Stay blessed. Stay blessed, sir. Have a good night. It is pretty late there. You know, have a good night and yeah, we rendezvous soon. See you next week. Have a good night. Usman said, what are your views on quant traders? Ooh, quant traders are brilliant people. I am currently in the pursuit of learning how to be one of them because of my professional aspirations, because of the things that I aspire to become. I'm learning. The quants are the people at the same community that created AI, artificial intelligence. They're the same people. These guys, they left the Silicon Valley to, you know, they left Wall Street and went to Silicon Valley and they started, you know, creating all kinds of things. These are the same guys. I just gave an example about Andrew Yang before and, you know, like his group of people who created Google Ads. These people, they left Wall Street and they went to Silicon Valley. A lot of them, some of them are even poached by the Defense Department. Yeah, a lot of them are poached. These are brilliant men. Now, when it comes to the markets, they put their numbers, they crunch numbers, they use all kinds of techniques. But at the end of the day, they do not control the markets. They do not. Jane Street, as a matter of fact, they know how to manipulate. They still try to manipulate. Now, they don't control pricing, folks. There's a difference between having the ability to manipulate or to influence. Let's put it that way. To influence. When they influence, when they try to influence the market, it is for their own profit. It doesn't change the fact that there's an engine that still controls pricing because it doesn't care for orders. But what they do is, yep, okay, this price is at $100 or whatever. Let's just, you know, give or take. It's at $100, and there's 100, I don't know, there's 100 traders who want to participate at this specific price. So these guys will come in with deep pockets, with deep technology, with deep influence, and they would influence the other guys, not the price. They influence the other guys. They front run the orders. Even some markets, these guys, they are contracted. So they have a contract and they have priority orders. So that means if you and I, we place an order before they do, before the time that their algorithm places an order. Their algorithm, their orders can it would skip ours. It jumps in front of us because it's called priority orders. This is the real thing. But it's by contract. They've signed it. These companies, whoever they are, you know, it's all there on Investopedia, folks. Go read Investopedia. Dig into the website. You don't have to believe everything I'm saying. It is all true public information. It is all out there. And you see it. It is in documentaries. It is in articles. There's no debate. This is why I personally don't like, I don't engage in arguments with people anymore, because I realize that, number one, they don't have the ability that I have. The ability that I have came from gaining true information. And I thank God for his grace. So why do I have to go back and forth with someone who doesn't even understand or who doesn't have the ability that I have? It's a fact. ISD said they can't have higher priority than my SIM funded orders. Bro, those SIM funded orders, yeah, man. You're the market maker. That's the one, bro. Doing prop firms. Earthling said, you use 50% range right here, bro. Where was it? Did I not? Ooh, I think I took it off. 50% is right here. Right there, sir. 50%. So this low, Earthling, and this high, sir. 50%. Boom, shakalaka. Here's another one. Here's a quadrant. 50% of the premium. Right here. Like that. And boom. Right there. Screw. And then this is the actual 50% of the range. Boom. Right there. Look at that. Sweet. Pow. Yes, sir. We use 50% where it applies. Absolutely. Do you? Do you use 50%? Do you use 50%? Earthling? Earthling 2022. Do you use 50%, sir? Or, man, yes, I use. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so I thought maybe we could explain something. I could talk about something like a premium discount. Maybe that would help bring some understanding. Now, Earthling, I imagine maybe you weren't here when I was talking about the 50% thing, but if you rewatch, you know, after this live stream, just go back to the portion where I was talking about how to use the right way, or my way, how I use the high with this 50%, like this. You take this 50% like that, and then you take it like that, and then you take this one, and then you take this one, and yeah. So yeah, II9713. These names, man. Thank you, sir, for sharing this knowledge. Can we use that 50% for entry or exit? Yes, you can use it for whatever you want. Whatever you want. Because all we're talking about is the logic of premium and discount. It is the logic of algorithmic price gauging. It is algorithmic measurement and how the high prices like that, like this one, when they are registered as premium rather than just a simple high price. Every price, every high and every low, it's registered as a high and a low based on time range. So this is a 1 minute time frame or time range or whatever we want to call it. Okay, each candle represents 60 seconds. So within 60 seconds of the open to the close, this candle, I'll give you an example right here. This candle right here, I was going to talk about, but it doesn't matter. This candle right here and this candle's high, that's 60 seconds. That's the high price and that's the low price. Now, here's the funny thing. These prices, they are not registered as the premium or the discount until a specific time, until the specific hit. So these are just registered as low and a high until specific things happen, and then they are registered as the premium price or the discount price. Major difference. And that's how you get this precision. That's how you know which range should I use, which 50% should I use, which, all these things, whatever, which one. Dump is there. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, boom, boom. Give me what I want. Let's go, baby. Woo, look at that. Again. Look at that. Again, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Again. Now, give me what I want. Give me what I earthly said. Yes, so you teach a lot more in the group. Yes, of course. It makes sense that if I am here on YouTube, that there's only so much I can talk about. Like on YouTube, you want to talk about good things. You want to expose people to good logic, good understanding of things. But they're not things that affect anything in real time. But, it's good stuff. They can take stuff and then apply it in their own real time later on. But it makes sense that you wouldn't do that. But on Discord, that's a different ballgame, because people are actually paying you. Like, people are literally paying you for something. So you are obliged to share and teach something. Will or do you teach why you see bearish today? Yes, I do that. I do that in Discord before the print. Or is it more analysis shared? It's more analysis. It is pre. So since Earthling is asking, this gives me an opportunity maybe to actually describe what goes on in Discord. When you join Discord through Warp, okay? You go through the Warp website, you click on the link, you do, yada, yada, yada. You do what must be done. Earthling said, do you teach why or more what you see? Yes, I teach why. I teach everything. I teach what I see. I teach why. I teach everything before the fact, after the fact, so they can understand. And then we do it before the fact again and again and again. And then you teach it back to me so I can make sure it is confirmed that you fully understand. Come on now. Get in there. Excuse me. Where my water at? Oh, I ain't got my water. Oopsie daisy, I did again. Oh yeah. Boom, shakalaka. Yeah, man. If you want to join, go ahead and join. Secure your position for life, by the way. There are 12 positions left. 12 places left, by the way. That's the truth. 12 spaces left. And after that, y'all are going to see the seriousness of not taking the opportunities in life. Where down we go. Where down we go. Come on now. Low risk buy. You want to buy right here. You want to buy there, brother. Man, I want to crush this market, bro. I want to destroy. I want the bears. I want the bears to come with me. Oh, oh, you talk about the Discord, low risk buy. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. For life, bro. Imagine this. Imagine you have the most knowledgeable ICT student giving you the juices that are not being given on YouTube. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I say it unequivocally. The most knowledgeable. I know things that I guess, other people didn't. We all watch the same videos, folks. Man, come on, man. Don't tease me like that. Don't tease me like that. Look at that, folks. Almost. This is how I miss. within 5 handles, typically within 5 handles or less. That's what I do. 50%. Boom, shakalaka. 222 was hit. LOL. I mentioned in the group. Nice. 222. Boom. Look at that. Like right on. What's that low? 22150. Wow, you were off by 50 cents beyond. My gosh. Power. That is power right there. Real power. Yeah, so Earthling said, oh man, yes, hey, listen, do yourself a favor and do what must be done for yourself. It will never go up for life. I'm trying to, trying to get people who will, put their faith, real belief. And then I reward them with gems upon gems upon gems upon gems. And look at this, people. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Open and close right there. 50% of the discount. Yeah, so Cold Trades 504. I've been seeing some interesting things regarding the midnight opening range and extending it throughout the day. Okay, so tell us, what are the interesting things you've been seeing? Thank you for sharing. What are the interesting things you've been seeing, sir? Look at that. One more minute. One more minute. One more minute. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. We are almost there. Bum bum ba-dum bum. We are bearish. Yeah. We don't want bullishness. Oh no. Give me that something, baby. Give me that something, baby. Give me that something, baby. Get in, man. Look how close we are. Round 2. I told y'all. Round 2. ISD. Cap, do you look at bonds? 30-year trading at multi-year range lows now. I wonder what happens next. Yes, I do. In fact, yes, I do. I think everybody should. And boom, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Right on time. Look at that, folks. 3:15. If you have been here in the last 2 weeks, and if you have been here when I show you the times that I use, specific times. See, here's the problem. People think I use the 2:15, the 1:15, 12:15, like we're some pattern traders. Nope. We ain't no pattern traders. We ain't no we don't do pattern trading, people. Look at that. Look at that. Now, all y'all trolls, you choke on that, yeah? Where's Derek? Where's Derek, my man? Where's Derek with the? I got a spoon for you, bro. I got a spoon for you, man. Alpha Omega of the week or what? Co-Trade said how it has been used as dynamic premium and discount throughout the day. Nice. Dynamic premium and discount. Okay. Well, I am pretty sure you know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by dynamic premium discount, but I'm sure you know what you mean. I don't read minds, brother. I don't read minds. But here you are. Here's your, where is it? Opening price. Boom, 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 boom. You have this opening price right there. Boom, shakalaka. Boom, boom, bada bam, boom. Boom, pow. Boom, pow. Boom, pow. There you go. There you go, sir. How it is. Oh yeah, no, already. Nice. 15:15. I know, right? I know, right? LeFunded. I know. 15:15. Usman said, just throwing darts in the dark. Darts in the dark? Oh, listen. Now listen to me. Allow me to explain something to you guys. 2.8, 2.17 and 50 cents. I told you that was my ultimate target for the day. Let's get back to it. It was my ultimate target from right here. Let me give it to you. Baby, if you give it to me, I give it to you. I know what you want. Yeah, let me give it to you, y'all. Right from here. Right from 28540, right? Yeah, 28540. Right from the open. And then we rallied, yeah? And then the moment we hit here, I was like, I wanted it to hit 730 and then drop. 2863100. From 630, I was anticipating that we're gonna go down here. Hours ago, way back, folks. Not PM, not lunch, not silver bullet, not at the open. Pre-session. Way back, people. There you go. There you go, people. It hit it right there at 12, at 12:10. And then look, I told you, full market maker sell model. And I ain't the only one who told you. Usman himself told you in the chat. Boom, boom. Mention the second stage. Boom. Look at that, folks. Who's your daddy? Look at that. Huh? All you doubters, all you unbelievers, who is your daddy? Explain. Tell me how that didn't happen. I told you, people. I'm going to read it to you again. Psalm 74, verse 16. The day is yours. The night, it is nighttime, my time right now. The night is yours. You have prepared the light and the sun. You, this is verse 17 now, you have set all the borders, the boundaries of the earth. You have made summer and winter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you. There are things that are printed on the charts. Look, by the way, guys, please do like and subscribe. You know, I am trying to, we're putting in 2 hours. We're putting in 2 hours, man. 2 hours to give you some real gems, a bit of entertainment, a bit of gospel, and a bit of real, no fake, real price action concepts. A bit of education. Trying to wrap it all up for you. The least you could do is to help a brother out. Do like and subscribe. And share some of these videos. Share these with your trading friends. You know, let's spread the message of the good news of precision and control. Let them have it, folks. Let them have it. Let them be inspired. It ain't about me, people. It ain't about me. It's about inspiring people so that they can recognize that they also can learn something And they can aspire to be able to have the equipment necessary to get these type of things for themselves. Let's not hold back the gem. We are people of abundance, not people of scarcity. Code Trade said, so the things you know come from ICT, but I'm getting the vibe you found some things on your own with the logic you have gained via the mentorship. Is that correct to say? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The things I do know, they come from ICT. Now, I was a student of the markets before I found ICT, in fairness. But when it comes to technicals, I lean on precision, and ICT has been the one to give me that. The precision that I was looking for specifically, it came from ICT himself. So I always give that credit, always glory to God, but I give him that credit because he was the conduit of precision, folks. So yeah, I always give him that. That's my mentor right there, hands down, for sure. But yeah, but yeah, you're right. Like I found some things all within his logic, by the way. So I'm not taking something that ain't his and then I'm adding to corrupt, or I'm a purist, which means it's a closed unit. It's a closed circle. And what I then do is, once I started understanding his framework and how he puts things together, and then he would give us homework, and he would give us he would say, go look into this and go look into that, and then you try to piece together based on the things that he has already taught, and then you piece them together without whatever you come up with betraying his concepts. I'll give you an example. There's the community of the 369ers, right? These guys, they try to use ICT's power of three. So they're taking something that belongs to ICT, or that he, coined in a sense, and they're saying, so they're taking it, they're borrowing that, but then their application betrays. It betrays the concepts. And that's why it's not consistent. That's why they don't have precision and control. And that's why they always change. So when you use gold back, for example, that's why they have to change the measurements to try and find the right price. That's why they have to change this and change that. And that's why some of their times don't always work. Like the 11 and 14. It's like, well, if it's not 11, then it'll be 14. It's like, go sit down. It doesn't always work as intended in their own hands. Why? Because the concept betrays the origin, the original theme. You cannot do that. When you betray concepts and it is not working the way it should work, then you have already gone astray. You've gone astray. And when you go astray, you're going to be doing things wrong. You're going to be handing it over to other people, and then those people are going to be lost. They're going to be lost, folks. And they wonder why they're not profitable. They wonder why things don't work. They wonder why they cannot do it candle by candle. Favorite trading movies? I'm so glad you asked that, because there's an entertainment section in the Discord that I'm supposed to populate, but I haven't even done it yet. But yeah, so we're talking billions. It's a series. So Billions Industry, Kevlar. It's a French trader. It's about a French trader. It's like a documentary or something. Is it called Kevlar or something like that? It's about a French trader. What other trading movies do I like? Trading places, but it's not really a trading movie. You've got the one with what's his name? Curviel. Yeah, LeFunded. Yeah, Curviel, not Kevlar. Gee, where did that come from? Yeah, Curviel. So, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go watch Curviel. Yep, Kerviel. Jerome Curviel. He lost billions on an institutional level. LOL. Yeah, It's a very, very good documentary. What other one? Um, what other ones? I think I'm gonna have to like I've seen so many of them. In fact, I've seen all of them. You've got the Gordon Gecko, so Wolf of Wall Street as well. That's what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio. Wolf of Wall Street. You've got Wall Street 1 and 2, Gordon Gecko. So the first one is actually one of my favorite. I've seen it about. You know, that's the one where he talks about Blue Horse loves. Blue Horse loves. Oh, what is it again? No, Blue Horseshoe or something like that. No, not Blue Horseshoe or Blue something like that. Loves something stock or something like that. Anyway, like yeah. What other ones do I? And I bet you I'm gonna be remembering after the live stream. Margin call, yes, margin call is a really really good one. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to Wizard of Lies. That's a good one as well. Um, there's the one about oh my days. Why am I forgetting, man? Why am I forgetting live? This is embarrassing. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, great education for sure, absolutely. Do you use correlation charts? What do you mean XT by correlation chart? Do you mean like correlation trading? You've definitely, James Adams said, you've definitely inspired me, bro. Great Discord session today. Thank you. I am glad you enjoyed it. Earthen said, you can put a notification on YouTube like a premiere or like a booking to get a ping when you schedule to come on live. Um, yeah, I think so. I mean, like I try to come on at 1:30 New York PM session. So right at 1:30 p.m. New York time, it's 8:30 p.m. for me over here. Um, yeah, like I try to show up at the time, but yeah, like I think some guys already anticipate it, so they just now I don't know how to do it, but I mean I don't know how to guide you to do it. I know I did it for ICT, but I can't remember how I do it how I did it anymore. Gotcha. Appreciate it, Cap. Yeah, so you use correlation chart. The Big Short. Yes, The Big Short. I'm saying Dixie ES. Oh, no. Yes and no. I know how to use them, but yes and no. In fact, it's funny because with my guys, and this is probably bad advice, but thank you for asking XT. They haven't seen me talk about Dixie. They haven't. They have not. From the very first guy, I don't think he has seen me talk about Dixie or ES. When you know what price is, yeah, see, there you go. There's James Adams saying never, LOL. There you go, sir. Thank you. Now they're gonna think I'm not teaching you guys the right stuff. No. Yeah, no SMT here. No SMT. Let me tell you something. We don't do SMTs, no SSMTs, no trick 69s. We don't use no indicators, all because these things are trash. And you can take it to the bank because Cappuccino Jones said so. Can you dig it? I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. No, we don't do none of that, bro. We don't do none of that. We don't do none of that. We don't use no trash, no lies, no gimmicks, none of that, bro. You know what's funny? Today, I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna show you something, and you're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna show you something. I didn't want to actually talk about it, but it's cool. 11:48 today. Just so you can know the level of precision that we got. 11:48 today. No, sorry, 11:47 today. This is what we had. Let me show you guys something so you can understand the level of control that we're dealing with. I don't know if Cap wants to advertise like this. Let me know. What? I don't know what you mean, but it's okay, bro. Let him have it. Yeah, let me show you guys something. 11:47. This price was right here. No, actually, it was right at 11:44. Right? 11:44 was printing. Yeah. And I said to them, I wanted these lows to be taken. Otherwise, we're gonna keep on getting trend line phantom. Now, we already discussed the trend line phantom here, but I was saying to them at 11:44, I wanted to get a bearish order block and a fair value gap. And then I said to them, I wanted the fair value gap candle to be exactly at 11:47. 11:44 closed. 11:45 opened. We rallied. 11:46 opened. We closed back right there. 11:47 opened and it closed lower. I got the bearish order block. I got the candle 2 of the fair value gap, and then I got cooked. I got cooked at 11:48. Right? But it was looking good though. It was looking good. It was looking real good. But here's the funny part. I have told them, no matter what it is, they know a sequence that I use. They know a sequence that I use. So even though I got cooked, all of this in here, as you're seeing it, they saw the control. That's how much control we're dealing with, folks. Timing. I haven't even introduced it to them yet. I only teased a little bit today. Timing. This candle, 11:44, as this candle was closing, right at the close, I said, I want to see a bearish order block and a fair value gap. And I said to them specifically, 11:47. And there's a lot more where that came from. That's the level of precision that we got on this side. Before the print. Before. Not after. Not like, oh, he got it wrong. It's like, listen, control. They know when I'm going to be wrong. They know. My guys know. I'm looking for something, and one of my guys, we call him Dictator, right? I'm now using him as a reference point. I want to see something, and then I see something else, and then I say, yep, here we go. This French dictator guy, he's going to kill all of us. He's going to destroy all of us in the group. We are in a place where we know where we're going to get cooked. Because the cooking sequence was named after him. Yeah. Cooking sequence. We know where things are going to switch. What they don't know is that I have the time on lockdown. Don't worry, guys. I'll introduce it to you when the time comes. God willing. God willing. They know. I was almost there. But it wasn't an almost thing because they also know like, when I want to switch things, when I want things to switch or when I'm expecting to switch, they know what to expect. And it's the exact boom, 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 on to the minute, to the candle sequence, baby. That's the level of precision. This is why I don't care. I care not whether somebody comes and pays or whether somebody doesn't come and pay. Algowick takes care of itself. Has nothing to do with my personal activity. The entity itself takes care of itself. I don't even touch it. It's just there on WAP. It's in the whatever they call it, like wallet or whatever balance thing. Untouched. I am perfectly satisfied with my own personal performance. Glory to God. He has brought me far. Some people, they come on here and they think, oh yeah, well, why is he doing this? Well, why is he doing that? It's like, well, first of all, let me tell you something. You can do good and enlarge yourself at the same time. It's a gift. It's a gift. We have it locked down to the time. That's how bad this boy gets. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. That's how bad it gets. Candles before. XT said, Cap, I follow you on Twitter. You have a lot of people left mentorship. A lot of people left the mentorship. You mean the charter member? You mean charter member? A lot of people left the charter member mentorship? Lazy people? Question mark. I don't know. Are you talking about the ICT's charter member mentorship? Excuse me. Is that what you mean? What do you mean a lot of people left? Or do you mean like spaces? I don't know. I'm not sure what you... Nah, I'm saying you post like 15 spaces left. No, there's 12 spaces left. 12. The last that I posted was 13, I think. There's 12 now. There's 12. I guess, I haven't updated it, but I will tonight. Like I haven't just, I haven't posted about it, but there's 12. There's 12 places left. And when those 12 are complete, no, it means they are available. It means they are available. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, brother. It means there's 12 people who get the current offering. We treat everything just like the markets, people. I offer, you participate. Bang. That's it. I offer low risk buy pricing, you participate. Bang. And then when we bring it back, we take it back above, boom, that's it. You ain't ever getting that low risk buy ever again. Nobody. The people who put their trust in me at the time, let me tell you why. Because the Bible says the window, the opportunity of time. Make hay while the sun shines. The Bible doesn't say that, but it's a proverb. It's a saying. There are people that have given me the opportunity. They've trusted me because I'm a new entity. It's a whole new thing. It's only 3 weeks. It was announced 3 weeks today. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. And so far, so good. Glory to God. How do you prove to anyone that an entity works? It's a new thing. You can't. So you need people who will come in and they'll be like, let's see what this guy got. If you really got it like that. And guess what? Low risk buy, baby. They're getting the best deal of a lifetime. Best deal. Because guess what? Once it's complete, we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide. We're gonna turn off. So nobody's ever gonna see that one again. That's it. Nobody will see it. The next one they will be seeing is gonna be something else. Boom, back to normal. 300. Absolutely. It is what it is. You want quality or you want it for free? Well, let's be honest. If somebody wants something for free, I preach ICT's channel. I encourage ICT's channel. If you want free, you will get good education from ICT. That's a fact. I mean, I watch ICT. I watch ICT's videos. That's how I learn. I just got I think, the men are having a men's breakfast from my church. Nice. Nice. I love a good man's Bible study. Well, you get to know these mature people and they help you grow as a man in life, right? Anyway, I don't know where that came from. But yeah, so where are we? Where are we, folks? So we had the target 28,217, folks. Let me see how much did I miss. Look at that, people. Look at this low. Look at this price. 28212 and 50 cents. My target was 28217 and 50 cents. What did I tell you? I don't miss than 5 handles. I give myself that, that breather. And so far, so good. Yeah, so I'm just trying to say that, look, I'm just trying to say, there are many people who use all kinds of things. Cold trades, sorry, I apologize. I think I skipped your, so cold trade said, any recommendations on content prior to joining your education medium, such as 2016 or any of his prior the only requirement is you join, the only requirement is you want to make sure you watch the core content. And the more you've seen, the more you've covered, the more you understand, the easier it will be for you. That's just the truth. You got to know something before you come in. That's why I deter any beginner. I don't want any beginner paying anyone. No beginner should be paying when the information is there for free for a beginner level. That's why it's a beginner. It should be free. It should be free. It should be free. Nobody should be charging any beginner for trading information. It's because, number one, these people, they don't know. A beginner does not know what they don't know. They don't even know anything to begin with. And then on top of that, they don't even know if it's good information, if it's bad information, if it's a scam, if it's not a scam. And yet, people take advantage of them when the information is actually on YouTube for free. So that's why I say don't pay. Now, there's a difference between beginner level and somebody who literally, they want you to build a business for them. They want to learn from you. They want to, hey, listen, I want to build a trading business. I want to be a trader. I've learned this thing, I've learned that thing, but I'm not where I want to be and all this kind of things. Or I just want to be around you. I see you're going places and I just want to do what you do. I want to run it like you do. I want to run my business. Okay, cool. Well, that's different because these people know. So what I do, my expertise, is that I help you build a business as a trader. And apart from that, thank you, Nomos. Thank you, big bro. Listen to what he said. But what you have, this is what he said. Nomos said, but what you have is advanced ICT concepts, self-developed. You have to put that into consideration. I'm not coming up with anything that he hasn't dropped. I'm not coming up with anything that he hasn't insinuated. I'm not coming up with anything that he hasn't taught or he hasn't led me to. The only difference is he said to me, that direction. You go that direction and you will find what you need to find. But that's the direction you need to go. And I stayed faithful and I obeyed, and I'm glad because I found exactly what he wanted me to see. Because I was doing exactly, I was using the techniques that he has taught me to use. That's a fact. That's what mentorship is about. LaFonda said the levels of some students is very high and they are already profitable with ICT concepts. The good thing is they are willing to share too. There you go. There you go. Not everybody is willing to share. But yeah, 12 spaces, folks. 12 spaces. And then, you know, it's like this is where we are right now. Right here. The people who are getting in Algowick, they're right here. This is them. This is them right here. They're buying right there. Their entry is right there right now. So if you get into Algowick right now, your entry is right here. That's where your entry is. But right after 30 people, there's going to be a fair value gap. And then there's going to be a liquidity raid. But you can see, as the value keeps getting higher, as the offering keeps getting higher, because the value is getting bigger, yeah, there's more worth, people are going to be paying at more expensive prices. Yeah. And guess why? Because the person who entered at 324 is not the same person who entered at 332. The difference is time. Time of entry. Just like life, folks. Sometimes you just gotta toss it, right, y'all? Sometimes you just gotta toss it. Sometimes, man, you just gotta take a noise one. You gotta take a noise one, right? Toss it in, that's it. You gotta toss it in, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure what XT meant by lazy people, but yeah, man. There's 12 places left. Folks don't want to, anybody that doesn't want to jump on, it's not my business. There's nothing I can do about that. But so far, honestly, things are going great. New people are, getting in. New people, wise people, genuine people. I love these guys. I really believe God has sent them specifically or something to help me in this stage. They don't give me stress. They don't these are genuine men, group of men. And so they will get the best. They will get the best at the cheapest price. So yeah, it's worth it, man. I really appreciate these guys. I don't know how or why, but it's the type of people that are coming in. It's like, I really appreciate them. Honestly, it's weird, but these are true believers, folks. And they come in and they obviously see the magic, and they're like, okay, yep, yeah, this is life-changing stuff. And we're only in 3 weeks. Some of them, it's only their first week. Some of them a few days. I mean, somebody's first day was what, today? Yeah, somebody else's first day was today. It's like we've had a new person almost every day, like equivalent every day, basically. So 15 trading days, we have more than 15 people. That should tell you something. They're wise people. So I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful that, He's allowed, this success so far. And and I believe there's more to come. Okay, so where are we? We are right here. There you go. There you go. We have this low. We have 1, 2, 3. So regardless, no matter how you want to look at it, you just want to pay attention to that. Like, I mean, I was like, LaFonda, did you talk about the drill initiated yesterday, 10 a.m.? Can talk about the results some got. Oh yeah. So thank you, LaFonda. That, you see, do you guys understand what's going on? Like, this guy doesn't know how to market. This guy is bad at marketing. Thank you, bro. Thank you. So in the Discord group yesterday at 10 a.m., they had to open up they had to set up like a demo account, and the deal was you're going to set up a demo account, no financial advice. Now some of them did open a real account, but that's none of my business, not financial advice, you understand. But anyway, they set up a demo account, all right, and so, and I told them, here's the rules. You have a specific entry technique, you use that. The time frame that you're using is only one time frame, the 1 minute chart. That's 2. And number 3, you're only allowed to use 1 micro. 1 micro. So that was yesterday at 10 a.m. And I said everyone's gonna have to submit their results, whether success or fail, it doesn't matter. Like, the point is not how much money you made or how much money you lost. It's about execution, because I want them used to the specific thing that I shared with them, right? And so, but today, so far, some of them were given like early updates, that kind of stuff. And guess what? They are like, 3 of the guys, who felt, they felt free enough to to share at at that time, like earlier. What they did was they used 1 micro, and I think one guy shared like $600 and something dollars. Another guy shared like $500 and something dollars, and I can't remember the third one. I think maybe like 400 and something, or something around there anyway. But the point is, and maybe I'm even mixing it up, but the point is, I shared something specific with them, and this thing that I shared with them, it's like you can be the most stupid trader, but if you apply algorithmic thinking, boom, shakalaka. I couldn't believe it. But then again, I wasn't surprised, because I know the thing that I'm delivering. I told them this thing works 8 out of 10 times. 8 out of 10 times, folks. Imagine somebody handed something to you and they said, listen, this thing that I'm giving to you, it only fails 20% of the time. It only fails 2 out of 10. But 8 out of 10 times, it works. It works. 8 out of 10 times. You don't even have to be the best trader. And it's almost like I'm selling or I'm advertising something, that is like, oh, you don't have to be all that good. But nah, 8 out of 10, folks. Yeah, that's how good we got it. And I haven't even given them the rationale. Like, some of them were asking, like, okay, so how do you avoid the 2 out of 10 so you can increase the accuracy rate, right, in use, in your hands, right? And I'm like, let's not worry about that yet. I just want you to get used to recognizing this thing and executing on it. Boom. And and those who I actually some of them, and some of them weren't too comfortable with it, but it was because they weren't there when I was explaining what it was, and they just weren't there, so they didn't really know. So there wasn't like familiarity with it. But the guys who were there, boom, man, boom, boom. There you go. James is saying it's such a sick drill. I mean, he knows it now. The drill is sick, y'all. And nobody in the entire industry knows what this is. Nobody. And it's so simple. So simple. And guess what? ICT taught it. He taught it. He introduced it. But yo, you know Cappuccino Jones is gonna turn it into a model. Thanks for the extra help after the Discord live today. No problem. No problem, bro. You see that? Y'all hearing that? Those who care. When somebody cares for you, they go the extra mile to make sure you get it. You get it. How many days? How many days have you been in the... How long? I don't even think it's up to a week yet, is it? When they care for you, folks, they lay gold in your hands. Doesn't have to take forever, people. I'm not talking about, you will get billed for the overtime. Yeah, there you go. See? It's been there 1 week now. That's what he's saying in the chat. I'm 1 week now. There you go. They're all there. They're sharing it with each other. It's like they're seeing it now. It's like, oh, I see it now. I see it now. How did I not see this before? It's because I'm trying. I'm trying to share with people like, hey, listen, there's something that works. If you come in, I will get to know who you are. So if you are one of those trolls and you think you can hide, you will be exposed, like you'll be sniffed out like that. Sniffed out and kicked out. I will recognize who you are. Oh, and I know who's who. I know who's who because we find you out, man. We find you out big time. Trust me. You cannot hide. You cannot hide about, behind the faceless pictures. That's for sure. Trolls do not lie. They do not last. But anyway, I say all that to say good people will be equipped. Good people will be given something that beats everyone else. Everyone else. Because pressure bursts pipes. But yeah, now I'm glad. I am happy. I am proud. I boast in the Lord. I am grateful. I am grateful, for what He has done, and hopefully, hopefully He benefits His people, the people who come in. That was my alarm. That's right. It's 11 p.m. here. 11 p.m. people. Alrighty. So listen up. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for showing up at Algowick YouTube, and we will see you next week. Have a time to go to the beach at 11 p.m. You're so funny, bro. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Good night. End broadcast. God bless.